I love this next story because it really shows you that there is a silent majority out there that kind of agrees with all the different things that we're pushing for. So this is in Newsweek. Petitions demanding monthly stimulus checks of $2,000 surpass 2.6 million signatures. 2.6 million signatures. By the way, if it gets to 3, it's one of the top performing, if not the top performing, change.org petition of all time. So it's right on the doorstep of being there. 2.6 million say we need $2,000 stimulus checks per month. Per month. By the way, I went back and looked at some polling on this. It was during the pandemic for the first time ever. It flipped to a majority of people who want universal basic income. Before the pandemic, and when Andrew Yang was running on it in the Democratic primary, it polled really low. Everybody thought it was kind of wacky and kooky and out there and unworkable, including myself. There was a time when I thought, that can't really work, can it? Well, it turns out it definitely can. All the studies on it have come back saying the same thing, that this actually works really well, and only a tiny percentage, like 2% or something, go towards vices like people drinking or lottery or whatever the fuck. People use the money, they need the money. And it helps. It's just Social Security for everybody. We have Social Security. It's the most popular program, and it's obviously for senior citizens in the United States. Why not do Social Security for all? That's what this is. But anyway, the number was 55% of the public during the pandemic said, we want UBI. We think UBI is a great idea. It's a wonderful idea. Because when you have an economy effectively imploding because the world supply chain grounds to a halt because there's a pandemic, and so many people lose their job. I mean, there was one point, there was something that Matt Brunig tweeted that was just out of this fucking world. At like the peak of the pandemic, the number of people who actually weren't working was like 50% in the US. So in other words, the way they do the actual unemployment rate is kind of bullshit. They fudge the numbers a little bit. When you include all the people who just totally gave up on work, people who were staying home, it was like literally 50% of the country was not working. So you look at that, people are struggling, people are slipping into poverty, we have a pandemic and effectively a depression. Yeah, the way out of that is to give people some money to make sure they can get by and survive. And you guys remember the housing crisis? I mean, still, by the way, going on. We're keeping the thing together with duct tape and bubblegum, but over 30% of people couldn't pay their rent. People need the money. And so yes, when push comes to shove and everybody's in dire straits, seemingly radical solutions actually become very common sense. Okay, give everybody a little bit of money so they can survive. Well, we've already had some stimulus checks under Trump. Then you have now the $1,400 under Biden. And people are like, oh, so the government can actually do things that aren't objectively shitty? We'd like more of that, please. And so here we are. Nearly 3 million people signing a petition for $2,000 monthly checks in perpetuity, or at least during the pandemic. I like it, man. It's the quickest, simplest, fastest way to get people the help that they need. And by the way, listen, we talked about this on a number of shows now, but one of the studies that blows my mind the most is this Rand Corporation study that found that from the mid-1970s until today, if we kept the average person top 1% pay ratio the same, the bottom 90% of Americans would be $47 trillion richer. So in other words, the system has been so rigged and so screwed us from the mid-1970s until today that the top 1% has effectively stolen over $1,000 a month. I believe it's $1,144 a month from every American every month. So this is a way to also redress that grievance. If the top 1% has effectively stolen $47 trillion from the bottom 90%, and again, that's the Rand Corporation study speaking, not me, well, then to do $2,000 monthly checks, it's just helping to rebalance the economy and helping to limit the extreme income and wealth inequality. And by the way, I would, of course, pair this with higher taxes on the rich. So the more people who know that, the more likely even more people will support universal basic income. So I love the idea. I love how popular it now is. And hopefully there's more political pressure on this front. And eventually we win the battle.